Hello, 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 and welcome back to Mr. Marlowe's math class for 6th grade. Today we're going to be working on lesson 15 in module 4, which is true and false number sentences. All right, my target for the day is I can explain what the equality and inequality symbols, including equal to, less than, greater than, less than or equal to, and greater than or equal to represent. Okay? They determine if a number sentence is true or false based on the given symbol. So I have a little key here. I recommend you guys pause the video and copy this down someplace for reference. It's a good thing to reference. Greater than, okay, points to the right, okay. Less than, I remember because it points to the left, and the less than starts with an L, and so does left. So less than, left, all right. Over here we have greater than or equal to, all right. Again, the greater than points to the right, and we know it's greater than or equal to because it has this little line underneath it. It looks almost like half of an equal sign, right? So it's the greater than symbol with a line underneath, and that means greater than or equal to. And then again, we have this one pointing to the left, so that's less than or equal to. Okay, again, it's got that little line underneath to show that it's less than or equal to. All right, so let's take a look at some examples. All right, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be determining whether or not when we plug in a value for this equation, whether or not it's true or false. All right, so number one says, substitute the indicated value into the variable and decide whether the resulting number sentence is true or false. So what does that mean? Substitute the indicated value into the variable. Okay? Well, what is the indicated value? So I have 5 plus x equals 13 for x equals 8. Well, our indicated value is 8, okay? And we need to substitute that indicated value into the variable. What's our variable in this equation? Well, our variable is the x. It's the number that's representing a number. It's the letter that's representing a number. And it's going to vary from question to question, which is why it's called a variable. This number can be whatever I want it to be. In this case, I chose 8, okay? So now we're going to substitute that value into the variable in our expression. So everywhere I see an x, I'm going to write an 8. Okay, now all we have to do is we have to clean up this side of our equation, right? So I just have to ask myself, what's 5 plus 8? Well, 5 plus 8 is 13. And we don't have to do anything on the other side. There's no operation here. So I just copy down to 13. And is 13 equal to 13? Sure is. So, is this sentence true or false? This sentence is true because 13 is equal to 13. Let's look at another example. Let's see. Substitute the indicated value into the variable and decide whether the resulting number sentence is true or false. So again over here, I have an inequality statement, right? And it says 4h, or 4 times h, is greater than 11 for x equals 2.5. Okay? So again, what I'm going to do is I'm taking this indicated value for the variable, right, x equals 2.5, and I'm going to plug it in to our inequality statement. So if it's 4 times h, uh-oh, I made a mistake. This should be h. That shouldn't be x. Okay, so h equals 2.5, and I'm going to substitute that in. Well, remember the parentheses show multiplication. So 4 times 2.5, is that greater than 11? Well, 4 times 2.5 is 10. And there's no operation on the right side, so I'm just going to copy down the greater than symbol and copy down 11. And you have to ask yourself, is 10 greater than 11? Absolutely not. So I'm going to and we need to determine whether or not this sentence is true or false. And we know that that sentence is false. Let's do one more here. It says substitute the indicated value into the variable and decide whether the resulting number sentence is true or false. So over here we have x divided by 5, okay, is less than or equal to 6 for x is equal to 30. All right. Remember, I wrote my fraction like this because this is what it's going to look like on your problem set using a computer. So this is one way we can represent a fraction or a division problem. Okay. So x over 5 is less than or equal to 6 for x equals 30. I'm going to take that 30. I'm going to plug it in wherever I see an x. I'm going to copy down my less than or equal to sign. And there's no operation on the right side, so I'm just going to copy down that 6. Okay. And remember, this means this is a fraction, so it could look like this, right? But again, this is how it's going to look like on a computer. So that means 30 divided by 5. Well, 30 divided by 5 is 6. Going to copy down our less than or equal to sign. No operation on the right. Okay. So is 6 less than or equal to 6? I'm going to repeat that a little bit slower. Is 6 less than or equal to 6? It sure is. So that is a true statement. Okay? So again, to recap, today's lesson was lesson 15 from module 4 on true and false number sentences. Our target for the day was I could explain what the equality and inequality symbols, including equal to, less than, greater than, less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to represent. They determine if a number sentence is true or false based on the given symbol. If you guys have any questions, reach out to me on Zoom, email, or remind, and I will be happy to answer any questions that you have. Thanks, and have a great day.